just stopped by a Flying J truck stop. And I had some money in my pocket. You know, I went in there and I'm like, you know, where can I find me a girl at? He said, man, about 5 miles down the road, there's a bar there. And I know her very personally. He said, you just go ask for Wanda. So I go to the bar. And the first one I seen was Wanda. And upstairs, they had rooms upstairs. So I took Wanda upstairs. You know, I pulled out $20 and gave it to her. Hell, I got butt naked, pulled my clothes off and everything. And she said, and she didn't take her clothes off. And I said, why ain't you taking your clothes off? She said, we don't believe in doing it like that around here. I said, well, how do you do it around here? Hell, she had a glass eye. She pulled her damn eyeball out. And she said, we believe in skull fucking. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. So hell, I went ahead and tried it. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
You know what she told me? I said, hey man, it was pretty damn good. She said, well, next time you pass the food, I'll keep an eye out for you.
The creative showroom. Creative as fuck.
Box of matches now standing there. And there was a whole box of matches standing on the mantelpiece. Just as I love them, so I just, you know, this cupboard, I just walked in and there was full of paintings and all that. I said, this is too much temptation. I wasn't meaning to build those things, you know, I said, this is too much temptation. It's got to happen, 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 got to happen.
Is it fair then to say that the general hunt for the so-called Yorkshire Ripper is now being wound down from this moment on?
Right.
Can you tell us whether he has a Geordie accent?
I cannot tell you that because I've not heard him speak.
What's the time, Grandad?
something in that book, there's fuck all in there. There's a sentimental bit of shite there that I didn't want to record. That's the thing that could have saved my life 2 years ago, but I never used it. He sent me that. He said, stick these lollipop sticks up your ass, get some shite on it, save 5 of them and send them back to us and we'll tell you if you need to come in. I didn't fancy it. Fucking digging for shite with a lollipop stick that they've sent me, then keeping it and then sending it back to them. No, why not just help me in?
Seemed to me that I had been transported into a country far away from this country, into an age remote from this age, that I stood in ancient Egypt, and that I was listening to the speech of a high priest of that land, addressed to the youthful Moses.
I want to be absolutely clear. I haven't harassed anyone, and I'm not guilty of any criminality whatsoever.
Please, sir, I don't like this trick, sir. My tongue isn't quick or slick, sir. I get all those ticks and clocks, sir, mixed up with the chicks and talks, sir. I can't do it, Mr. Fox, sir. I'm so sorry, Mr. Fox, sir. No, that's wrong. Do it again. Please, sir, I don't like this trick, sir. My tongue isn't quick or slick, sir. I get all those ticks and clocks, sir, mixed up with the chicks and talks, sir. I can't do it, Mr. Fox, sir. I'm so sorry, Mr. Knox, sir. But that last line may be wrong because it's actually a different character. Okay. Oui, c'est bon. Ok, ok.
Now, I'm interested in the future, so I'd like to see what a few people have to say about it. See what George Orwell had to say. If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever. Not too positive.
one dark night in November, add one adult, a tin box with a lid, and a torch. Mix in a liberal sprinkling of children of various ages and place a few handfuls of well-chosen fireworks all together in the box. Light the firework at arm's length, preferably with a safety lighter, and then stand well back and wait. And wait. And wait. And...
The look of love is in your eyes, a look your smile can't disguise. The look of love, it's saying so much more than
you do. Oh, that's wonderful. Can you keep it for me? My name, oh yes, it's J.R.
Okay, my name's Paul McNeil. I've come all the way from Leith to entertain you tonight. You're probably thinking, Leith, that's just a quick bus journey up Leith Walk. Leith is fucking light years away from Edinburgh. I gets on the bus, the foot of Leith Walk. I'm looking for a seat. The front two seats have got a little plaque on them. It says, "These seats are particularly appreciated by the elderly and infirm." Fair enough. I go further up the bus, I'm looking for a seat. Little plaque on the seat, it says, "These seats are particularly appreciated by the people who are too scared to sit up the stairs." I go up the stairs, I'm looking for a seat. The front two seats, they've got a little plaque on them. "These seats are particularly appreciated by children that want to pretend they're driving the bus." I'm further up the bus, I'm still looking for a seat. They've got a little plaque on the seat. "These seats are particularly appreciated by the people who are trying to ignore that cunt at the back." There is always a cunt at the back of the bus, sitting with his pit bull terrier on the seat. The guy's sitting smoking, the dog's sitting smoking. You say fuck all. But this guy's smoking something a bit strange. It smells like prawn cocktail crisps burning. But it's no prawn cocktail crisp burning, because I've smelt this smell before. The guy is smoking heroin at the back of the bus, and we're all just sitting there. Passive smoking heroin on the back of the bus. It was the most peaceful, serene bus journey that I've ever been on. No cunt's getting off this bus, by the way. Never been on the bus for so long in my life, man. We're going through Wester Hills, I'm thinking, fuck's sake, man, I could live here. Mind you probably think the guy's mental, right? He's smoking heroin on the back of the bus, but he's got a little sign next to him. It says the maximum penalty for smoking on this bus is £200. He's thinking, fuck's sake, if I smoke this on the street, I get 3 years. What's all that about?
To today's result that Rangers got the important win against St Mirren last night as well?
I don't care about the Rangers, really. I don't care. It's just about us. Rangers won, good for us. Good for the Rangers. I don't care about us. I don't care about the Rangers.
Come on. Hot, sicker than your average. Pop a twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit stink. Pink gators.
I want to ask you, when it comes to being patriotic, I want to ask you a choice. Which is your flag? Is that your flag? Well, it's Lord Rose's flag, And he says the patriotic thing is to support being in an organisation that has that flag and has that anthem. But I suggest we take a look at another flag.
Now on BBC One, the Antiques Roadshow has made a stop this week
in Iraq.
Good afternoon and good evening and good night. This is Sandy Tom. So, harmonica lick of the week this week, the first of which was in fact quite easy because I have already taught myself how to play it. We are working with a first A, second E, Lee Oscar, and we are going to play Love, Love Me Do. So, very famous lick. And a few attempts there for me to remind myself of what it actually consisted of. But it's very simple, it's very effective, and of course, anything that was written by McCartney, Lennon and the Beatles collectively will, of course, be an infectious riff.
The great thing about this job is people give me all sorts of advice. I'm at Glasgow Cali today in university, and on the way here on the train, a woman gave me a note which says, "Hello." What's this about? It says,
Beautiful nutmeg on Joey Barton there from Crawford. Knew exactly what he was doing.
In 1980, when I was commentating in the Vietnam War, I was scarred forever. I compared it to Rangers and Celtic at Hampden Park. It was as bad as that. It affected me badly. I was getting drunk, stupid drunk. Something had to be done. And they did the right thing. They banned alcohol in Vietnam. And I was right. I agreed with that. But that was over 3 decades ago. Society has changed. It is time to have a look at this very closely and perhaps in a kind of evolutionary way, move back to having alcohol in Vietnam. Is this a class thing? You can get a drink at Murrayfield. You can't get a drink in Vietnam. It's like trying to define, as Jim Murphy does, working class and middle class by using the lowest common denominator, Scottish football. Quite simply, it is time for all politicians to see sense, as Jim Murphy does, and give him Apocalypse Now.
Suddenly aware that his state-claimed existence was in jeopardy, Murphy leapt forth, volunteering to halt the advance.
With the approval of Parliament, he chartered a vessel for Scotland, and on the eve of the voyage, in the heart of Westminster, Murphy was anointed by a delegate of holy commissaries. Braving the seas, he first navigated to the coastal town of Kirkcaldy, and what happened next would see him elevated, quite literally, in both myth and status, and earn him the title in Latin, Ovum Repellendum, the repeller of eggs.
Pint, please.
Legend tells that Murphy, fresh from maritime endurance, made his way to the bustling market square. Here, he swigged his amber elixir before raising himself upon 2 milk crates to address the townsfolk. But the nationalists had lain in wait. As Murphy began his sermon of the Union, a cry of "Pish!" rang out above the crowd. The nationalist detractors began their attack, launching a fusillade of eggs towards the Unionist pawn. Yet Murphy stood undaunted. Calmly sipping his orange fizz, he began to ascend the crowd, an aura of red, white and blue surrounding his being. Not a single missile reaching target. The eggs rebounded. The crowd gasped, mesmerised. The Union fightback had begun.
How difficult a situation is this now for Mark? What we're witnessing here, is this the beginning and the end? Because it feels like it.
You can't beat the record, the daily record.
What a moment this is. It's Liam Henderson to deliver. Oh! David Gray has scored! The captain!
This is CNN Breaking News.
We're continuing to follow the breaking news. The former British Prime Minister Tony Blair.
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 Finally has been caught after being on the run for more than 10 years. He's an accused war criminal. Let's discuss with Richard Holbrooke, the former U.S. ambassador.
Eggs and shoes were also thrown at the former Prime Minister.
And our main story here on BBC World News, and the world's most wanted man has been tracked down.
Tony Blair, George W. Bush's most visible foreign partner on the war, and he has suffered the consequences for it.
But this guy, in my view, was worse than Milosevic or General Mladic. He was the intellectual leader.
So what do you want? What do you want to happen to him right now? He's going to go on trial.
Well, it is a big issue. You said he was an alleged war criminal.
He hasn't been convicted yet.
He hasn't been convicted, but he's an accused war criminal, and he is indicted in The Hague. Do you turn him over to The Hague, as they did with Milosevic?
What do you want?
I'd like him to go to The Hague.
For a long, that could take years, that trial, as we saw.
Once he goes to The Hague, he's not getting out again. That would be the end of that.
Someone was raped and she gave birth, and she decided to kill her 3-year-old child.
Yo, this is Big Tour Farm Sound. We're going to drive around on the farm and play some lovely reggae music to the birds and the bees. You know, it's Baba Papa Chopper and Daddy Scotty in the Canada region on the ranch. That's how we do it.
It's being described as the longest bridge of its type in the world and the biggest infrastructure project in Scotland in a generation. The state-of-the-art Queen's Ferry crossing over the River Forth has been completed and will open to traffic on Wednesday.
A new driver who drove the wrong way down a dual carriageway.
Good morning, everybody. It's a normal day. Got a little play suit on today. I think this is from Topshop. I will leave a link in the description box for any of you who might want to go check it out. My bag is from Whistles. It's a little rucksack that Alfie got me, and my lipstick is Rimmel 107.
And just before we leave, the president tells us he wants to show us just one more image.
One thing this shows is how far over they go here. Look how far this is. This goes all the way down here, all the way down. Nobody sees that. You don't see that in the pictures. But when you look at this tremendous sea of love, I call it a sea of love, it's really something special that all these people traveled here from all parts of the country, maybe the world, but all parts of the country.
Try and make me smile.
Ronnie, tell me something about your childhood.
When I was 8 years old, my father, I was an only child, my father gave my mother the only birthday present I remember him ever having given her, which it was very sweet. He came home from his office, and this time he had remembered. He brought a little box nicely wrapped up, and I was standing there, my mother was sitting, she, father gave her, and she undid it, and he had remembered her birthday. She opened it, and it was of cotton wool, and inside it was another little box, and Scot had opened it, and inside that it was a set of, a complete set of 10 of his toe nail clippings. And well, it wasn't as though there was anything else to come, that was it.
What did your old dear say?
It was her face that, I don't know whether I can do it, but it's printed in my memory. Never, yeah.
Hey, I'm in Glasgow in Pacific Quay at the new BBC Scotland channel. I'm quite pleased because they've sent me to a room in the basement where they deal with people who have got the most exciting and original ideas. So I'm here now. Let's see what they've got to say. Fucking hell.
Responsibility. That's what gives life meaning. It's like lift a load. Then you can tolerate yourself, right? Because look at, you're useless, easily hurt, easily killed. Why should you have any self-respect? You have to, and it's so interesting to watch the young men when you talk to them about responsibility. They're so goddamn thrilled about it. It just blows me away. It's like, really? That's the counterculture. Grow the hell up.
I got dumped in 2003. Since then my life's been a tragedy. I was all alone for a very long time, and then I found lots of boys like me online. Boys that yell and are full of hate. Boys that cry while they masturbate. Boys that are angry and wear a frown. Boys that are scared of a pronoun. Because I'm slightly alright, I'm slightly alright. I'd be fucking useless in a real fight. In social situations I am ineffectual. I think Jordan Peterson's an intellectual. I'm slightly alright, I'm slightly alright. I think that equality's a load of shite. I like to say Adorno is essentially evil, though I haven't read his books cause me mind is feeble. I'm slight, I'm slight, I'm slight, I'm slightly alt-right. I'm slight, I'm slight, I'm slightly. I failed my GCSE history, but I still think the world should listen to me. I live at my dad's and I'm on the dole, and I've been brainwashed by a Russian troll. I took a red pill and I feel much smarter. I think Tommy Robinson's a Christian martyr. My hatred of women is deeply conceptual, and I'm definitely not a repressed homosexual. I'm just slightly alright, I'm slightly alright. I never leave the house and I'm very white. If I drink 2 pints I get paralytic, and I quite like Labour cause they're anti-Semitic. I'm slightly alright, I'm slightly alright. My core philosophy's extremely trite. I don't like liberal democracy, and my new best friend is Morrissey. I'm definitely not a repressed homosexual. I'm slight. I'm slight. I'm slight. I'm slightly alt-right.